Apparently, my husband and I are pronouncing our daughter's name wrong. We had our daughter's name picked out months before she was born, but as soon as she arrived, we both agreed it didn't fit her. For the first 2 days of her life, she was officially baby girl. Nothing felt right, and with the clock ticking on our hospital discharge, we even started asking family for suggestions. At this point, I had endured 26 hours of labor, a second-degree tear, and latching issues that left my nipples torn and bloody. My husband? Poor guy had it so much worse. He had to sleep on a pull-out chair and couldn't get a minute of sleep. It was 2:30 a.m. on the day we were set to go home. Baby girl was still nameless and had been inconsolable for 5 hours straight. She'd cry for 25+ minutes, doze off for 10, and then start all over again. My sleepless husband was snoring away on his torture device, while I rocked our, later to be identified as dehydrated and starving, baby. As I rocked her, I kept cycling through the name suggestions, talking to her softly, trying to find something that fit. One name kept coming back to me, it just felt right. I fell in love with it. Later that morning, when my husband woke up, I told him I had picked a name. He agreed, and just like that, baby girl finally had a name. Unfortunately, that name had been suggested by my mill. Deep down, I knew this could be a bad idea, but my sleep-deprived, hormone-addled brain wouldn't let me change it. 4 months later, I still love her name. It suits her perfectly. When we speak about her in English, we use the English pronunciation with hard vowels. When my husband or his family speak about her in Polish, they use the softer, Polish pronunciation. This has never been an issue until yesterday. We were visiting my in-laws, and my husband said our daughter's name in the English way. In the most condescending tone, my mill snapped, "No, her name is Polish pronunciation." What followed was a back and forth between my husband and Mill. Her argument was that these are two completely different names, while my husband's argument was pretty simple. He knows his own daughter's name. I sat there, dumbfounded, watching this ridiculous argument. What I wanted to say was, both of you, shut the hell up, until she can speak for herself. The only person with naming authority here is the one who consoled her all night with bloody nipples and a stitched-up vagina while the rest of you slept. But instead, I chose to quietly love on my little munchkin and silently apologize to her for the crazy family she was born into. My mill eventually decided to drop the issue but made sure to get the last word, saying, "Her name is Polish pronunciation, but I'm not fighting about this anymore." Sure thing, crazy lady, you do you. Edit. I'm not comfortable putting my daughter's name here. But for example, it's like we named her Claudia where in English it's Claudia but in Polish it's Claudia.